I was very close to that point out in California. I was very close to it where it would be, we'd have to go to every call for service, right? And take a report or do the most, right? If not, you'd get in trouble or you'd get a talking to. And there would be so much theft, so much crime, and there would be so much work that goes into the investigation. And then nothing happens or the person gets scot free, right? And you get to the point where,
Why
like,
bother?
Right, I'll be the first to admit it. There were times, Roger, where I got dispatched to some calls where I would answer the radio, acknowledge the call for service, and then be like, "Mother," oh my
Yep.
god, again, like I can't. And then you go there, and you're not acting as you should. You're not the best product for the department. You're upset. You're frustrated. You're short fused, which I have definitely experienced. You're more likely to get into a use of force incident, right? You don't have the compassion on the calls for service. And I think it comes from a lack of, I would say, like, taking care of your shift workers, taking care of the department, and then also like the values too. And I've been there. I've
Greg,
been there.
every single police officer's been there, Greg. What you just experienced by answering the call on the radio and dropping the mic back in the cradle or throwing it to the passenger seat. How many times have you done that? I know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it and then thrown it into the passenger
yeah.
seat and it's bounced down into the footwell. Like, we've all done it. Everybody's done that. Frustrated. What? Are you kidding? Are we going back to this address again? How come they're not doing rah, 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 rah? But what happens is that becomes our new normal, and we don't realise, we're not starting to recognise that what this has become, and I can talk about this now because I've educated myself on it, is compassion fatigue as well. And compassion fatigue, I think you've had her on the podcast as well. I'm just trying to think of her name now. But she talks about compassion fatigue, and it's fantastic. That we get stress, and then we get burnout, but then beyond burnout, we get compassion fatigue. Now, this is rife in nursing, but it's also rife in policing. What you've experienced there by the microphone, acknowledging the call and slamming it in the cradle or throwing it into the passenger seat, is literally compassion fatigue, and it's worse than burnout. You've got to the stage where you just don't care anymore. You just don't care. You've got nothing left to give, nothing left to give. You're in pure survival mode just for yourself, and you can't keep giving. And this is so dangerous for people, so dangerous. We don't recognise it, but people in the station, and when the phone in the police station rings, and you just look at it and think, oh, I just want to avoid that. I can't give it anymore. How many times does the phone ring and then 8 men walk off and leave the rookie to answer the phone?